feminist?
No.
No, I think it's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
No!
What the fuck is that?
What do you think about Andrew Tate? Do you think transgender men going into women should be able to play in women's sports? Are you a feminist?
What does that mean exactly?
Someone that believes in equal opportunities for men and women, but then I feel like sometimes some feminists, there's different types of feminists, and some of them try force it a bit too much. There's some like good, some bad.
Of course, I believe in equal rights between a man and a woman. So the issue I have with that term is inherently saying that there is no equality already established in a way. And I think in the age that we live, we can clearly see that there is a lot more balance than the stereotypical scenario that used to be set up in previous times, where a woman would stay at home, they couldn't have the vote, couldn't get certain jobs. That's all done now. So saying you're a feminist isn't necessarily something that's necessary. I more often than not hear the term feminist from a person that hates to see a man get more opportunity than a woman undeservingly, even if he's more qualified.
Are you a feminist?
No.
How come?
I believe in equal rights for both genders, but I don't believe in that they're equal in every way, you know what I mean?
What ways are they not equal then?
My views are pretty traditional, so I think that you, as a woman, you most likely would live a happier life. You don't have to. I would never force any woman to, but you would live a happier life if you just, look after the house, look after, everything at home, and leave the man to go do the work and actually go outside, get the money, provide for his family. I think that's important. And it's most of it's like the way the West is doing it, it's not going very well in my opinion.
What's the main reason you're a feminist then?
Just equality for all, equal rights for men and women. I wouldn't say I'm not a radical feminist or a Marx feminist.
Are you less from just for women and more for women and men?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think misogyny works in both ways.
Misandry is the one for men, isn't it?
Yeah, works in both ways. Is damaging for men.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, men and women are treated differently because of their gender, and that's not fair. That's the sort of bottom line for me.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, am I a feminist?
Yeah.
So I think people that should be equal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people should be equal, yeah.
But I agree in equal opportunities for men and women, of course. Like, I think if anyone works hard for something, they will get out of it what they put in, you know what I mean? Regardless of gender or race or nationality or anything like that. I think if you put in hard work, you get out results, you know what I mean?
Are you a feminist?
Am I a feminist? What does that mean?
A feminist means you believe in equal rights for men and women and equal opportunities.
No.
No? No. Why are you not a feminist then, I guess?
Why do I not think about feminist rights?
Yeah.
I don't think about it because I think it's gay. I don't think it's right. I feel like these men, like some girls, are begging it too much.
What do you mean by begging it too much?
They're asking for more rights.
Don't you think that's
They're asking for too much rights because they're asking for more rights than men.
like so what rights they're asking for more than men?
When you're in school, I feel like females are like more like if they do something bad, I feel like they can get away with it more than men.
Oh, so you think sometimes females can get away with it more than men because maybe they're pushing it too much? You said you're a feminist, yeah?
Yeah, like I believe that women should have the same rights, but within like building and things like that, men are more.
I think there's a funny question. Are you a feminist? Would you like to be in the army or like be working?
I think if it depends. Like if two men, like people are waitresses or waiters, yeah. But in buildings and things like that, men should be paid more because they're building buildings. And I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want to do scaffolding when it's pissing down. Do you know what men do? Yeah. And a men wouldn't want to go in a nail shop.
No,
it's
definitely.
just.
I understand where you're coming from.
Different roles, isn't it?
Are you a feminist?
No!
Why not?
Because I would quite happily. I don't know. I just think.
You want to be a feminist?
Yes, I am a feminist.
How come you said you weren't, and then you listened to your friend, and then now you said you are?
Because I am a liar.
You're a liar? What do you mean?
Get the YouTube. It better be in there.
It will be. It will be. Don't worry about that.
Next question.
No, this is. I'm just talking about this.
No, I'm not a feminist. Next question.
Why are you not a feminist? I'm just interested.
Next question.
Housewife. Your friend. Do you wanna?
She's a housewife.
Do you wanna come and help your friend? She's kind of lost for words. See, normally I just ask one question, we have a conversation, but she's like next. Are you a feminist?
Yeah.
What?
No.
I believe in equality.
What do you believe in?
Yeah.
Are you just saying yeah because your friend said yeah?
No, I am a feminist to a certain point.
So what point do you not become a feminist? When do you think it shouldn't be as equal? Do you think in relationships, in...
I'm sorry, what?
You said to a certain point.
Yes.
Yeah, so what point are you not a feminist?
You're gonna get much out of that.
So say, is there anything that women have less of an opportunity than men in society, or is less balanced? What areas do you think, or do you think it's just all balanced totally?
I think men and women naturally have preferences for different things. So we're going to see a majority of men working in certain fields and a majority of women working in other fields. But I don't see any specific discrimination between letting a woman or a man do a certain job.
Like you're more likely to see the men in the army and doing the bins and the labor, the like not tough labor, just those gritty jobs.
And men like to be cold. They want to have something where you've got camaraderie and you get hyped up for something. Yeah. Naturally, right? You're with the boys.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go save this country.
Who's gonna carry the boats in the lawn?
What's the disadvantage for women? And then we'll talk about for men as well. In today's society, I guess.
I'd say one of the main issues would be something like in British society would be kind of representation. I think like growing up and seeing, in government, in important positions, whether that's in real life or on the television, like it's always men. And I think that's kind of internalized. Like, I come from a position of privilege. I wouldn't say that I personally experience many barriers due to the fact that I'm a woman, but I think there's definitely like some internalized feeling of like it always feels a bit unattainable, to be like super successful, to like run a business. Like it feels like, oh, that's not my place, or I can, just because of like what I've been exposed to during my development.
What's like the most unequal between men and women in today's society?
Probably like with the sexualizing, like a man can do anything and be praised, where a girl is instantly a slut. Like, if
Is that like a man can sleep with 20 women and be called a player?
Yeah.
But if a girl sleeps, she's a slag or a slut or something like that.
Yeah. And we just have like, girls it's so much harder, and like if we're skinny, we're too skinny. If we're fat, we're too fat. If we're tall, we're too tall. Like you can't be perfect. So it's just always like you just try to fit in all the time and just be what everyone else wants.
It's kind of called like body standards.
Yeah, 'cause especially like social media and that, you see all these like girls photoshopped, and you think that's what they look like, but it's not. It's just edited. That's not. It's just standards of beauty that is just no one's gonna be able to make, like, unless you get surgery. And we're not ugly, we're just broke.
Do you reckon that's the same with men as well? But I feel like sometimes with men, so say I see someone on social media telling me to get in shape, get to the gym, like lose your fat. Yeah. I find that quite inspiring. Yeah. But do you reckon when it's with women, there's a different view on it?
Girls, like with like baby carrying, your body is never gonna go the same. You're gonna have stretch marks. Your belly's gonna be bigger. So I think you can't lose that. We get judged for stretch marks and like periods. People think periods are gross. If we didn't have a period, your mum would have pushed your fat head out of her vagina. She needs her, and people are like, oh, it's disgusting, but you need that to have kids and things like that. It's not disgusting. Stretch marks and that are the same. So I just think it's body's body. If you're fat, you're fat. If you're skinny, you're skinny. If you've got big tits, you've got big ones. If you're flat, you're flat. Like, it don't really matter.
What's the disadvantages for men in today's society?
I mean, I guess there's a lot to do with kind of like sharing and showing emotion, and like lots of stigma around mental health. I say that'd be probably one of the main things for men, I'd say.
Have you got 1 minute to answer a question? No worries. Excuse me.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I feel like masculinity is kind of dying off in 2023.
No, I think it's coming back. I think we had a gap and the pendulum swung in one direction, and we're seeing it come back now with things like The Real World, where Andrew Tate has, for example. And the reason that that's taken off so quickly is because there was this yearning for something that we can attach ourselves to again. Oh, rallying the troops.
Yeah.
Men are back. And I think that's a really great thing. And just like women have this force they can get behind, which is feminism per se, I think that's fantastic, so long as it isn't shoving it down someone's throat that we are better or just as good, but really you're trying to say we're better, give us the job.
Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yeah, Andrew Tate, yeah.
What do you think about Andrew Tate? What's your opinion on Andrew Tate?
I think he's like a calm guy, just like a bit uses a bit of like bad words, like sexism, misogynistic, and stuff like that, you know. But as overall, I think he's a pretty decent person, speaking some facts.
What positive aspects have you got from Andrew Tate?
Just because I'm a religious person, I'm Muslim.
Muslim, yeah.
Yeah, Muslim. So he says like, don't follow the bad people, like, you know, the LGBTQ people, like them, you know, don't follow them properly, and like, because it's not in my religion, you know, Islam is not good to be like gay and stuff. So that's why, you know, I'm just saying that, you know.
Hello. Can she speak? Yeah, she's 4. Yeah, I was a bit of a silly question. What's life been like since you've had a child? Can I see it? She doesn't want to let go of it.
Stressful, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, gives me stuff to do. Like, before I had a kid, I'd always be bored, but now it's like I'm never bored anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Do you have any words?
Yeah.
What's your favourite word?
Fields.
Fields. Oh, for the rabbit. Does the rabbit speak as well?
Rabbit speak? Yeah. What's the rabbit saying?
What noise does a rabbit make?
I don't know.
Do rabbits even make noises?
I don't think they do.
It doesn't align perfectly with back home, which is Syria in my case.
Are you religious?
I am religious, yeah.
What religion?
Muslim.
What about if it's like a woman in a single parent family? Do you think they have
My
to
mum was a single mother. You know, she had to take on both roles, and of course, it's not like, you know, this is like the perfect. It's gonna be the same for everyone. Like, people are gonna have all types of stuff happen in their life. But my mum had to take both roles. She had to do both, provide a lot. She's depressed, man. Like, she had to go through a lot. Like, obviously now she's a lot happier because I took on that role. I'm, you know, providing monetarily. I'm providing with help any way she needs, because I've gotten in a position where she's raised me enough for me to be able to do that. But I don't think that it was right for her to be able to do all of that. It's just that it was a lot on her, and there was a lot of stress. And
I see that with my mum as well. It's difficult. Cause I got a younger brother. It's difficult because sometimes he gets away with more because he's a bit rude. And like, I always just try to, like you do, just help your mum in any ways possible. On social media, I see some videos of saying, I know this is not all women, this is like a tiny minority, but saying they're trying to force feminism too much to where it kind of downgrades men, and then men can't have their maybe traditional roles or be masculine enough. Do you think social media has been positive or negative or both for this feminism?
I think the way the algorithm works is the most outrageous opinions get the most interactions, they get the most heat, and therefore, you know, they're put at the top of everyone's feeds, which can definitely give like a extremist view of feminist ideals. And yeah, there are some feminists who will use it as a way to try and like, should have a like man-free society, like all of that, and that's obviously like ridiculous, you know, and does definitely detract from the legitimate issues that feminism is kind of fighting for.
We should be paid the same as men.
I don't, because I think a woman has a pregnancy, so that's her job. You're carrying a baby, you're making a human, so a man should go to work because he can't hold that baby. That's a full-time job, being a mum, so he should go to work and provide for you guys.
Do you believe in traditional gender roles, so say like men being more providers, women being more nurturing and caring for the family?
If then, like, she's carrying your kid and like...
Yeah, take a seat.
Okay.
This is really interesting.
If she's carrying your child, then you should be providing, yeah. I think there's different. I think she shouldn't just live off of him. But if she's raising your family, cooking for you, cleaning for you, making sure that your kid is growing up, being educated, going to school, then I think that's her job. That is hard enough. She has to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, all night with it crying. That is a job. Yeah. You're raising a human. That's the most important job because it's our next generation, isn't it? You gotta. Definitely. Yeah. So that's my opinion.
I've got a random question for you. Do you think transgender men going into women should be able to play in women's sports?
What, so a man who
say I turn into a woman and I go play boxing, do you reckon that should be allowed?
Oh no, hell no. What? You'll knock that girl out, bro. What? The power is BANG! She's dead.
I've seen people though, they've like transitioned into a woman and then they've actually gone on to win gold medals. Do you think that's fair?
What, so a man gone to a woman?
Yeah, and then they've just dominated the sport.
No, not a chance. No, that's not fair. Because they got like, men are like stronger than women in like most cases. So, no, that's not fair.